of reduction. Fix the bug. So yeah, we fixed the bug where the name weapons could not be recalibrated, so now they can be recalibrated. We fixed the mega map, which was one of the most annoying issues we had in there.
Yep.
So this is fixed on all platforms. We fixed a bug with the evacuation point, whatever. It's a UI bug. It's minor, but it's still good that it's fixed. Alpha Bridge gloves. So the Alpha Bridge gloves are now, you won't have the issue where you actually had no stats on them or the wrong stats or whatever. Alpha Bridge glove will roll normal stats.
Yep.
And that means that we also, in order to make this change retroactive, we actually reset the stat on all the Alpha Bridge gloves that are out there. So if you had gloves already, don't be surprised when you will log back into the game, the stats will have been reset. So that's something important to know. We fixed some bug with the music, the recalibrating last talent on the PP19. So if you would recalibrate the last talent on the PP19, the one that is supposed to be free, you would end up with actually requirements on it. This is fixed. It's not the case anymore. We fixed a bug with the Sentry's gear where it would apply to the showstopper and it shouldn't, so it won't apply to the showstopper anymore. Some visual effects with signature skills. The weapon stacking with the Alpha Bridge, which was something very important, is fixed. The recalibrating weapon talents, it could happen that when you would recalibrate a weapon talent, you would end up with a talent that was not the one you actually picked. So this is fixed. Now you will always get what you picked, which makes more sense. We fixed a bug in search and destroy and high-value targets, where if you would die during the search and destroy and actually respawn in your safe house, go back there, you would actually die again automatically and be sent back to your safe house until you relog.
Yep.
Fixed. And we fixed the multiple consumables bug with the reclaimer set, where you could just like stack all the consumables.
I like that one. I like the fix.
That's done. We made it through the patch notes. Okay, chat is
Heroic Dragon's Nest.
Oh yeah.
What do we have?
I have that in my list here. But yes, Heroic Dragon's Nest is released today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it will be out as soon as the servers are up.
Cool. All right.
So you have to try, yeah. I still haven't completed it in a hard mode, so.
You got to the end.
I got to the end and I died.
So I need to get you on the stream again. So you
yes.
Will the server lag be fixed?
So we are looking at these connections. There are issues with delta errors still. We fixed some of them. We regularly fix some of them with each update. Oh, your mic died. Okay. I hope mine didn't. Is mine done or is mine working? No, I think they say rip Hamish. So that's fine. I'm still there. So yeah, we worked and we fixed some of the delta issues and disconnections. There might still be some of them. We know that, for example, there is an issue on PS4 with Falcon Lost, where you may be disconnected while doing Falcon Lost.
I should be
back.
back.
Things we are looking at. We are looking also at the freezes on Xbox One that is also experienced as lag. So there are a lot of issues like that we are looking at, but a lot of them are like isolated and different issues. So it's not something we can all fix at once. We are just taking all of them one by one and fixing them.
Exactly. Okay. No, I'm back now. Cool.
Mine is fine. Okay, so it was just reuse apparently.
That's the aim.
Yeah, and I see some people saying like, yeah, buff the other weapons and everything. There are ways to change the balancing and also buff weapons that are not directly basic, number tweaking and everything. So that's also things we're looking at. So yeah, it's not just about base damage. It's also about how you use the weapon and what other bonuses it can have. So even if we were to buff some of the weapons, it might not be just like changing the damage they do. So yeah, but there are a lot of things that are being worked on regarding that. So let's move on to some other things. So yeah, something that was linked to the G36 discussion a lot was, as we said before, was one of the reasons why people loved the G36 so much and didn't want it to be nerfed was because it was a good alternative because of the time to kill issue right now in heroic mode and the fact that, yeah, the NPCs, especially level 35 NPCs, are actually very, very tanky and it takes a lot of bullets to actually kill them. The G36 did that or helped with that. But yeah, this is something that we are fully aware of. We know that the level 35 NPCs are actually very, very tanky and it's very hard to kill them. It takes too long, to be honest. Yes, the time to kill is too high on this, and this is something we're looking at. And also it leads to the issue that the ammo capacity is not even high enough, which pushes people to use the Lone Star to actually get more ammos. This is all something like we are clearly aware of, and this is definitely not the way we want it to be in the long run. And especially like the loot waiting or whatever that people have been talking about. We know that a lot of people are frustrated with the fact that some rewards are guaranteed or some gear sets are guaranteed in specific activities and all of that. We know that this is a solution that has generated a lot of discussion. And this is also something we are looking at. Now, does that mean we are going to like remove it or stick to it? Right now, I can't really say anything about that because, we are looking at what the options are because we understand that this is frustrating for the players. There are some short-term tweaks that we can do to help a bit with that, but toughness in PvP. So yes, we're aware of it. We're looking at it. But yes, we know that right now PvP is just not so much fun, especially, I mean, you've seen it when even when we live stream, it happens that we bump into other groups. I mean, you had it. And
and you run around and
then you spend 10 minutes shooting at each other and nobody dies and like the chat goes crazy and you're like, oh, you see, PvP doesn't work. And
we know. We're definitely playing the same game as you guys. It's something that we feel as well. It doesn't feel right, and that's a kind of a soft value. But no, we understand the frustration with it. It's there are things that we can do on our side, and we got to test some of those things before we get them out to you because we don't also want a situation where we change things and then it's like, well, this is just completely different.
Somebody was asking about solo players. That's also something that we are fully aware of.
In PvP or PvE? Well, I mean both.
In both.
Yeah.
But the fact that the game is very punishing for solo players. Underground is supposed to be scalable and is supposed to help with solo play, but the difficulty gap between hard and challenging is very, very tough. So it's really not easy for solo players. So this is also something that we are looking at because yes, as much as we like it when you guys actually matchmake and make friends and play with other people. We also need to make sure that people who want to play solo can, and that it is also rewarding for them. Without, of course.
Yeah, someone else brought up the blueprints, 229 and 268 blueprints. Hamish, please answer this question. Right now, the only 268 blueprints that I know of are for the new sets. I think you can get, I think it's the knee pads. Anyway, you can get the ones in the terminal. But I think what people are really talking about are the 229.
Underground not rewarding enough. Yes.
So this one.
Guess what? We're looking at it.
Yes. Hamish, can or will you guys make the DZ bracket be based off of players' rank? Reason why I say this is because I am level 35 and I get destroyed by level 99s. The thing is, but that's not something right now, but that Dark Zone rank isn't really indicative of your skill or that sort of thing. I mean, there might be a correlation between skill and rank because people have spent more time in there. But conversely, you could be level 1 and be the best player in the Dark Zone. So if there were to be a system for DZ bracketing that doesn't take into account gear score but takes into account something for player skill, I don't imagine it would be based on Tacticians are destroying the game experience. We're totally aware of the Tactician thing, and some of the things we're working on our side are to combat that. They aren't being deployed in this patch, but I think people can expect that being addressed hopefully very soon.